everyone, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your weekly report for the week of December 7th. And this is still a very, very intense time for us because we are in eclipse season. We are finishing up Saturn and Jupiter transiting in the cardinal earth sign of Capricorn. Saturn has been transiting in Capricorn since December 20th of 2017, and it briefly entered Aquarius this year on March 23rd until July 1st, and it's going to re-enter Aquarius on the 16th or the 17th of December, depending on where you live. And then Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, has been transiting in Capricorn since December 2nd of 2019, and it's going to exit on December 19th. And the two are going to meet up on the solstice on the 21st. So a major planetary transit. That occurs every 20 years. And this begins a new societal generational period, a new 20-year cycle. And the other thing too is that we are in the middle of eclipses. We had a lunar eclipse on Monday, the November 30th, and Neptune had just stationed direct, wacky energy. Lunar eclipse in Gemini, ruled by the planet Mercury, which rules thoughts and ideas and communication. And I know I can speak for myself. I've been having several conversations externally and internally and in many different directions, hearing crazy stories from people, problems with gadgets. And it's funny because it almost is like a like a Mercury retrograde, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury retrogrades 3 to 4 times a year, and computer problems, miscommunication, and a lot of people I know have been having issues with gadgets, and I myself have had some, not too bad, but so that's the deal. And a lot of heavy emotional and foggy and mysterious energy with all of this. A lot of lies getting uncovered in our own lives, and just a lot of endings. You know, a lunar eclipse is a time of completion and bringing things to fruition, and it occurred right a degree off from the world axis. So that means it hits all of us, you know, the world at large, and it packs a bigger punch. So big deal. And Neptune squared the nodes of fate, and they deal with connections and fated opportunities in our lives. So connections can be getting dissolved, a lot of departures with this eclipse, and eclipse season, a lot of major beginnings and endings. So that energy is still really resonating for all of us, and we're reconciling what this foggy, wacky week has been. And we have another eclipse on December 14th. So the beginning of the week on December 7th, you know, we're still dealing with the lunar eclipse energy. I think we definitely are. And sadly, we have the anniversary on December 8th, the 40-year anniversary of John Lennon's death. And huge deal, you know, for the world. A huge loss, obviously, a very, very sad loss. And that year, on December 31st of 1980, there was a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction at 9 degrees of the cardinal air sign of Libra. And John Lennon was a Libra, probably one of the most famous of all time, and he was a leader of peace, you know, among being other things, like a brilliant musician. But his message was peace and unity and imagination and love. And hopefully, as we segue to the age of Aquarius, this is about unity and connection, and we are about to enter this big new cycle for all of us. On the 9th of December, we have the sun in Sagittarius forms a challenging square to Neptune in Pisces, and that can be very depleting energy, feeling really tired, so just taking it easy. Neptune cycles are good for manifesting, but they can be very draining. And on the 10th of December, we have Venus, which is still transiting in Scorpio, It forms a helpful aspect to Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio, and that can be good for romance and sexuality and intimacy and healing, but it also is good, it's excellent for financial opportunities and dealings. And on the 10th of December, the sun in Sagittarius forms a helpful trine to Mars in Aries, and now Mars is direct, and that's a really inspiring, helpful aspect, I think, one that gives us courage and energy to get things done. And on the 13th of December, Mercury in Sagittarius, which is the planet of communication, squares Neptune. Miscommunication, misreading things, could be tricky issues with, traveling, making plans. I don't mean long distance travel, obviously, but just getting around, things like that. And just also maybe secrets and deception gets uncovered, or feeling depressed or, a little listless as well. Manifest with that energy in particular, because Mercury is how we see things and our perspective, and it's thoughts and ideas, as I had mentioned. Write down things you want to manifest, say it out loud. Meditate. That's a really manifesting energy, and it's the day before the total solar eclipse in Sagittarius that occurs on December 14th at 11:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 23 degrees and 8 minutes of Sagittarius. And that's a very, very manifesting new moon eclipse. Eclipses bring major beginnings and endings. So you can have endings on a solar eclipse and beginnings on a lunar eclipse, but a solar eclipse in itself is a new moon. It's a time to initiate new things. You may want to wait to start something new altogether on an eclipse. I think that is the best idea, because it's such frenetic, crazy energy and just so much happening at once and very unpredictable. But it is a great time for planting seeds, writing affirmations, doing the law of abundance. And I'll put something in about the law of abundance in my community section, and I'll be writing an article about that eclipse for sure. But that's a very manifesting new moon eclipse next Monday. So Sunday we're going to be feeling the buildup. We're feeling the buildup all next week because we're still in eclipse season. People and situations can be eclipsed out of our lives, so be careful if you're having relationship issues. Don't push it. People can come in our lives in a very faded way, and circumstances. So a very intense month that we've just begun. Please check out my, I uploaded all the horoscopes on YouTube for every sign. So check out your sun sign, your rising sign. Thank you for subscribing and sharing, and you're awesome. Get through this. We all will. Take care.